And yes, we are working on getting the stream going. And making sure that that update happened. Yep. All right. Back to the puzzle. Create our own. That fill in the blanks with the ones that we know or that are given. And we are actually doing the Friday puzzle. I will be doing the Saturday puzzle later today. Okay, let's see if this will work. The solver says it should. Okay, so this is going to be a 7. One of these two will be a 7. One of these two is a 2. Don't know which yet. One of these two is a 2, so one of these two will be this one. And let's see, over here we've got one of these two to be a 2. One of these two. Alright. And we know that 4, 5, and 8 are going to be in here. This is going to be our 8, so we've got left 4 and 5 to place on both of those. It's tempting to just put in 3 here and a 7 here. But that makes this assumption that yeah, it's valid. So one of these two is 2, one of these two is 3, one of these two is 7, means this is a 3, and not that. And what we have left here is a 1, 6, and 9. Okay, so we can also put a 1, 6, nope, not a, there. 6 here, 1 here, 9 here. One of these two will be a 9. 8's still valid there as well. And we're going to do a 1 here, 5 here. Down here we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 is a possibility. As a matter of fact, that's a 3. Means up here we've got an 8. Yep, an 8. All right. One of these two is 2. One of these 5 is a 1. Let's go ahead and put possible 1s up here. And that's going to be a 7. So 1 and 9. One of these 3 is going to be 1. One of these 2 is going to be 2. 3, 4, placed already. 5s. One of these 3s, or 4 is going to be 5. And let's see, 6s. Looks like I've got all manner of places for 6s. Oop, nope, not there. 2 places. And 2 places for 8. And we've got a 9 in here built in already. We're missing something though. Looks like, okay, we got 2s, 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5s, 6s. So one of these, I've got possible 5s. One of them won't be. All right. So 1, 2. One of these two is going to be a 3. And 4 up here. One of these 3 is going to be a 5. Means neither of these will be. I get a 6, 7, 8. So one of these two is going to be a 9. All right. Also, one of these two is going to be a 9. I've got 2 possibilities. 1, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is all that's left. And this is going to be 6. So 1 and 9. Down here, that also fixes a 9 up here. That one's going to be a 9 now. All right, 2 places for 1. 2 places for 2. I've got these 2 places for 3. This one can't be. So this becomes a 3, and that's a 5. Solves that 4 and 5 there. So now we've got a 4 down here. One of these 3 places is going to be a 5, 6. This or this will be a 7. 8 and 9. Got a 1, 3 pair there. All right. Not as helpful as I'd hoped. All right, we're kind of open on 1s at the moment. I got a 2 here, so we got 2 places for 3. I've got those same 2 places for 4, meaning they can't be a 1. All right, 5s, I've got 4 places that can be a 5 down here now. I've got 2 places that can be a 6. One of them's already locked into either 4 or 3, so the other is not a 6 there, 6 there. That makes that a 2. And this becomes a 6 and a 1 here. So that can't be a 1. Nope. Can't be a 1. All right. Up here, we've got a 5 going in here, so not a 5. 1, 8, 1, 8 doesn't help, but this does. 2, 7. Not a 5 here now. That becomes, nope, not. Can't lock that into a 5 there because I've got 2 in the column. However, oh, we haven't gotten to 8s yet, have we? So we've got 3 places that can be an 8. Probably should mark that 7 down here. That makes this into a 5. This becomes a 7. This becomes a 2. So that's not a 5. Now we can lock in a 5. And we're over to this square. So we get 3 places for 1. 1 place for 2. 3. So 2 places for 4. And they also become the places for 5. And since one of them already has first block from 5, that becomes a 4 there. This becomes a 3. This becomes a 4. We've got 2 places left for 8. So that becomes an 8. That becomes a 1. This becomes a 1. This becomes an 8. This becomes a 1. 3 here. And 8 and 1 here to solve the puzzle. So that took 7 minutes and 51 seconds. A little bit later than I wanted. Not bad for time, though. Thank you very much. This was a hard level puzzle. Actually, no, it was a medium level puzzle. It was supposed to be a hard. Because it was supposed to be hard, let me pull up a hard puzzle and we'll add that to the mix. I will post the puzzle and solution separately as corrections for today's set, or yesterday's set, and we'll have the right difficulty level for tomorrow's, or actually today's, puzzle as well. So 146. We're going to play again. Create our own. I do not guarantee this is going to go as fast as that last one did. We'll see what we can do, though. All right, let's checking. And looks like we're saving, so let's give this a try. All right. One of these four are going to be a 1. Let's just go around and place all the possible ones. This tends to be a slightly slower solution than the method I used just a few moments ago, but okay, not a 1 in either of these two places. Not one there either. So 2s. Nope. And not there either. 2 possibilities there. Those 2 are full. 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities there. This one becomes a 2, so this is not. All right. Get a 3 there. Like we've got 2 on the board. So one of these 2 will be a 3. These, 3 on the board. These 3 will be, or 2 will be a 3. I've got 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. And a solution here with a solution up here as well. That clears out that one. So this becomes a 3. That's not. So this one is. That's not. So one of these 2 is. We're not done there yet. All right. Go up to 4s. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. I've got 4 places here that could be 4. 5 places here. Here we've got a block there, so 3 down here. And 2 here. 3 here. 5s, we've got one there, so we've got a 5 going in here. 3 possibilities there. 3 here. Two, nope, that one's not, so 2 possibilities up here. Cleaning out that one. That one's filled, so column is. Got 4 possibilities here then. All right, 6s. 2 6s here, possibles there. Got 4, 5 possible 6s here. 6 possible 6s here. 3 here. 5 here. And it looks like everything's open here, so 7 possible places for 6 in here. So 4, 7 are possible 7s in here. 3 here. 2 here. 3 here. 3 here. solution here that doesn't help us with any of the places we tried. All right. We do have a solve 8 here. We've got 4 possible 8s here. 1 here, solving, taking 2 of these away. Here we've got 3 possible 8s. And we've got an 8 solve here that takes 2 of these away, turns this one into an 8, takes this away, turns this into an 8. Like 5 over there, or there, 3 possible here, and 3 or 2 here possible. Here we've got all 4 possibilities. 3 here, and that takes care of all of that. So we've got a standalone 6 here. Anything else standalone at the moment? Standalone, the bottom left corner. So let's give this one a try. Way. Assumptions are in error. Maybe that's be a 1. That becomes a 9 and a 5 here. That becomes a 7. We're missing something. getting a lot of that today. All right. Here, 3 here, and 3 here. And then we've got this square where we're going to get 4 possibilities dropped in. All right. Sixes. We've got a 6 here and 2 possibilities here. Here we've got 5 possibilities. Here we've got 3 possibilities, and over here we get 2. Up here we get 4 possibilities. And looks like everything's open here at the moment. And it looks like I'm going somewhat randomly as far as where to fill cells in. Not quite the case, but it does seem like that. All right, we got 2 possibilities for 5 here. That one can't be 1, so this becomes a 5, and that becomes a 9. And clean up some of the prospective 9s that no longer are valid. And continue on. So here we've got 5 possibilities. Oh, we're looking at 5, so we've got 3 possibilities, or 2 possibilities there, and 2 here. Here we've got 2 possibilities, and we get 2 possibilities up here. Over here, we now have 2 possibilities, because I can't put one here. That means that's not a possibility, that becomes a solution. And that's it for 5s. 4s, we've got 2 possible places for 4 here, 4 possibilities here. Coming back, we got 2 possibilities. Here we've got 5 possibilities, or 3 possibilities. Several possibilities. Not that one though. And we've got 4 possibilities here. All right, now to 3. And we've got a 3 coming in here because one of these 2 is 3. And I missed a number somewhere along the line. Okay. We'll come back to it. I got 1s and 2s to place as well. So we got 2 possibilities for 3 here, and that can't be, so this is a 3. That makes this one into a 3, which means one of these 2 is going to be a 3. And down here we've got 3 possibilities as well. All right, 2s. We got a 1, a 2 there. That can't be a 2, so one of these 2. This is going to be a 2. And this one's going to be a 2. All right, that solves a couple of 2s. And we get a resulting 2 there. This one's going to be a 2. And we're left with this one to be a 2 as well. All right, now we do 1s. This one's going to be a 1 because this can't, no. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities here. 2 possibilities. 5 5 possibilities here, and 5 possibilities here. Up here, we've got all kinds of possibilities as well. And finally, you've got 4 more possibilities for 1. All right. 4, 6, 1, 3. So this one's going to be a 7, a 1 here, and this turns that into a 3. This becomes a 1, not a 1, not a 1, not a 1 or 7, not a 1. And let's see. Do we have any other solutions? Ah, here we get a 9. So not a 9, not a 9. 5 and a 1 here. 6 here, 5 here. Not a 5, not a 5, 9. Not a 6. Not 6 is here, or here, or here. Not a 5 here. Not a 1 or a 9. Not a 1. 1, 6, 1, 9, 9, 6. 4, 6, or 4, 9, 4, 6. Okay, 4, 6 here. 4, 7. 1, 6. 7, 6, 1, 7, 6. Sorry about that. Point where I should be considering what my punt options are. 7, 4, 7 pair here, which seems like a likely candidate pair. Let's go with a 4 here, 7 here. That gives us 6, 4, and 7 here. Not a 4, not a 7, not a 7, 7, 7, 1 pair. Not a 7 or 4. 4, so that's a 9. This becomes a 1. Not a 1, not a 1, not a 1, not a 1, not a 1. 6 here, 1 here, 4. Turns this into a 6, 4, 9. Not a 6, not a 9, not a 9. Not a 6. 1, 7, 1, 7, 1, 6, 6. 9 here. 6 here. 7, 4, 5. 1, 7. 1, 6. Pair of 9 3s, but this one's going to be 3, so that makes that into 9, 3, 7, 9, 4, and a 1, and a 6 solve. So that took us 18 minutes and 51 seconds to solve. So, not a bad time for that one as well. I want to say thanks for everybody for hanging out. I do hope everybody has a great day, and I will